Dear Renegades, I want to say thank you so much for kind of launching this channel into the public eye. It is, this isn't how I planned it, but I'm also not complaining, man. I've been having some fun with these. I'm really into listening to new music, as you've heard on previous reactions. And this guy's awesome. It's really cool to see a fan base with very little negativity. Everybody's been really cool. They've had a lot of great things to say. I don't think I've seen a single person that's like, whatever. I did have somebody say that I was really bad at these. So thank you for listening to my shitty reactions. Yeah. If I'm really bad at these, then everybody must have really bad taste, because a lot of people started watching. This one. So this is one called, and I picked this one to go next specifically because I have dealt with a lot of trauma in my life. A lot. Some that people know, some that people don't, some that people will never know. Most people will never know anyway. And I can't say I've ever been real close to ending it, but it's definitely been a back of my mind thing where it's almost like that last option where it's like, okay, well, that's always an option, you know? And most of them normal people don't think like that. And I feel really weird saying that. I know it's a very vulnerable thing, an odd thing to say. It's never been a serious thought in my mind, so I don't want people, especially if you know me, don't freak out. Like, I'm not thinking about this on the daily. But it's relatable. It's something that that has been, I mean, it's just hand in hand with mental health issues, right? And I know a few people who have. I know a few people who tried. And it's a very sad thing. It's a very sad thing. Most of my closest friends are military, and that is a very, very serious issue with military people. 22 a day is, and I think that's probably higher than it used to be. It's so 22 a day, I think, was kind of the average a while ago. I'd be really interested to see what it is now. But it is a very, very hard thing to think about, a very, very hard thing to deal with. And I wanted to do this one because I feel like it's going to hit on a deeper level. And I love that about music. I love things that really reach in and pull out a real reaction. And so far, he's been really good at that. So let's get started here. This is by Ren. Sorry, got a very dark feel to it.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, I can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Oh, falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick.
I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armour. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sega, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plaster cast. The truth is to the day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find that anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying, and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd, fuck.
Whew. Okay. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, the way that it started and the first part of that song was not what I expected. It was the visuals were cool. It almost seemed like looking at life through a haze, and I wasn't really sure where he was going with it. I wasn't sure if he was talking about himself or what was going on. And then the end was, it just hit, like it just dropped me. Wasn't expecting it. It sounds like he had somebody close to him that isn't around anymore, and you can feel that pain. The first part was different, and I wasn't really sure how to feel, but now I kind of feel split open a little bit. Fuck. I'm good. You know, all I really can say is that if you're listening to this and you're struggling and it feels like there's no end to it, and it feels like there's just every corner you turn, there's something else. That anxiety builds up, and I know this. That anxiety builds up, and it really, you can't see light at the end of the tunnel. It just feels like you're gonna stay there and just repeat the same process over and over and over and over and over. And it feels like your entire life is derailed. If you feel like that right now, if you're listening to this, and if one person is listening to this and is feeling that right now, and I can help them, I want you to listen to me real close. Do not make a permanent decision based on temporary feelings. Emotions always pass. They always pass. Being in love and getting your heart broken, and never feels like it's going to go away. It passes. Losing somebody that you love deeply, like he did, it hurts. It's bad. It'll pass. It'll get easier. It never fully goes away, but it'll get easier. Please don't make a rash decision. There's always tomorrow. There's always next week. There's always next year. Life doesn't end because it's hard. Life is hard. It doesn't end because it's hard. It ends because you choose to end it. And the gap you leave behind in everybody's life is so much more than you will ever know. If you're feeling like this and you need something, reach out for help. And if nobody will answer, reach out to me. And I'm serious. Reach out to me. I'm going to stop. I need a minute to digest that last part. So, I love you all. I hope you are finding this feeling good about life. I hope things are going well for you. But if they're not, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not soon, but it's gonna. I love you. Stay with us. And, tomorrow's a new day.